Hi guys, it's Jocelyn. I hope you guys are doing well. Well, today it's story time, and I will tell you the time that I found out that I was pregnant and how it all went down. For me, it wasn't an easy pregnancy, and I found out, I think it was 4 months after I was pregnant that I found out, and I found out because um I was not getting my period. Usually I'm not normal, and I don't get it maybe every 3 months, every two, it depends. But this time I was shocked because when I found out that I was pregnant, I was so shocked because before I was told that I couldn't have babies and that it was very hard for me to get pregnant because I had a short cervix and I couldn't maintain the baby inside me, and usually caused miscarriages. So it was very shocking when I found out, and as soon as I found out, I knew that I had to move out of my house because one of my mom's rules was that I couldn't be pregnant while I was living in my house. But that was just my mom just saying, you know how parents are, that but after you make the mistakes, they accept you and stuff. But my mom is very strict, and so as soon as I found out, I was like, oh my god, I need to tell my mom before all this happens. So I told my boyfriend, and he's like, I'm gonna take care of you, I'm gonna take care of the baby, I want to be part of it. So I scheduled to tell my mom on January 9th. But before that, my brother found out first. And because he was so nosy, I am one of those persons that likes to write down stuff. And I write it on my journal and stuff. It makes me feel better when I write stuff. And so I wrote that I was pregnant in my journal. And I was surprised when I came from work that day because he was giving me hints about babies and talking about babies. And then I was like, oh my god, this boy read my diary. Oh, you're so nosy. And then I told him, you read my diary, right? And he's like, no, I didn't. What? What are you talking about? I'm just talking about babies and stuff. Then when I found out that he knew, I was like, why? You read my diary. Don't tell my mom. And I thought he was going to tell my mom that my mom was going to kill me. Oh my god, the worst came to my mind. And at the end, he's like, you need to tell my mom right now because your belly's going to get fat. Everything's going to change. You need to tell my mom. So I told him that I had scheduled for the 9th that I was going to tell my mom, and that the day came and I was at work so nervous. I was like, oh my god, I wonder how my mom is going to react. If she's going to scream at me. Me and my boyfriend talked about it, and I was like, I don't want you to see my mom yet because I want her to just, suck the whole situation and then analyze it and then think about it, And so I decided that he was going to go pick me up. I was going to tell my mom that day, and then he was going to come and pick me up, and I was going to leave and let her think about it. The day came, and then my boyfriend was on his way, and I was texting my mom. I was like, Mom, where are you? I need to tell you something. I need to talk to you. And then my brother was with her, so I called him. I was like, where are you? Where are you? What? I couldn't even get my words right. And I was like, he's like, oh, we're doing some errands, and my mom is talking, and when my mom talks, she texts forever. I was like, oh my god, they're taking forever, and the minutes will go by, and I'm like, oh my god. And I was texting my boyfriend. I was like, my mom is not here, I don't want to go like this. And he's like, well, you need to get out today that she's not there, so she would think about it, and then you guys could talk. And so I did that, and I went up to my dad's room. He was the only one home, and he doesn't even remember right now. I told him about it. He's like, what? I don't remember. But that's what happened. He's like, he was in his room watching some soccer game, and then I go in. I was like, Dad, I'm leaving. I'm pregnant, I'm leaving. It was so fast that I don't think he even remembered what I said. And then I got out and I left, and my mom, maybe 20 minutes after or later, she calls me, and I was like, oh my god, my mom is calling me. Oh my god, my mom is calling me. And I was so nervous and I was stressing out. And then I answered, and she's like, where are you? I was like, Mom, I'm sorry. I am pregnant. I cannot live in the house anymore. She's like, I do not care if you're pregnant. I do not care of anything. You need to come home because this is your home. My mind just, oh, I was like, this is not my mom. This is not what I expected her to react. And she's like, are you coming home? I want you home right now. And she hung up. I called her again and I told her I'm not going home anymore. I am going to confront my situation. I'm going to take responsibility for it. And I am going to move out. She respected my decision, and I moved out, and my relationship with my mother changed completely. Since that time, my mom gave me her full support. She was there with me when I got surgery for my sarclage placed in, so I could keep my baby. It was a 60% chance that my baby was going to survive. That's why my baby is a miracle. And since the beginning, I knew that God has blessed me with this child for a reason, and it was to restore my whole family. My whole family is my everything, and my daughter was the key to have that relationship now. And I love my family. I love my mom for being the mother that she is and that she always was. My brother, my sister, I love them so much because they were a great support system. And that's the people that I told. I didn't tell a lot of people about my pregnancy, not because it was a secret, but because I knew that if I told the right people, I was going to have the support that I needed and that I wanted. I didn't tell a lot of people because I didn't want, there's a lot of people that just talk, if you tell them something, they just change the whole story, and you don't want that in your life. And especially when you're pregnant, you don't want all that in your head, all the negative thing puts up upon you. You don't want that. So make sure you tell the right people, and the right people will understand. And just try to tell them. The sooner you tell them, the sooner it will be over, and the sooner you get that peace that you need. Because I know when you have that hidden that you are pregnant, and when you're pregnant, you get stressed out, your baby gets stressed, so it's worse. So try to do it as soon as possible, and try to give them time. If you tell them and then give them a little time so they could think about it, so they won't say stuff that they don't mean just because out of anger they say it. Just give them time, tell them, get out of the room, and let them think about it. And that is the only thing that you have to do. And then everything will be put, afterwards. Everything will be peace, and everybody will be supportive. And just remember that that's the key. Tell people that love you and care for you. And that's my story. That's how Milani Grace came to this world, and she is my greatest gift, my joy, my lovely princess. And I could be a mom, and now that I am, I thank God for it. And hopefully this will help you if you're pregnant. If you think you're pregnant and you want to tell your parents, just make sure that you tell the right people, because that's how you need the right people in your life. And the other people don't care for what their opinions are or what they think of you. Just do you and be yourself. Take care of yourself, and everything will pass. And you will see in a year, like me right now, I'm like, woo, can't believe a whole year has passed. So just enjoy your pregnancy, and thank you for watching. Appreciate it. Like, subscribe, and share it. If someone is going through this, maybe they could get a little bit of it. And thank you very much. I appreciate it. Take care, and don't change for no one. Yes.